make sure that's going to work. Let's just... Okay. Is it working? There we go. Good, 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 good. And I assume it is the same link, because for some reason, when my thing locked, it turned off. Okay, that's working. I'm just going to keep doing all these zoomy zooms until I make sure that it's all good. Do we have... Okay. I'm just going to make sure that the link on my Instagram is still going to work, because the stream turned off when my my iPad locked. So just going to test this link quick. Cool. Okay, gotta redo that one. Of course! Why not? I'm sorry for the delay here. Just getting this business all set up. Because apparently it has to be as complicated as possible. Share, copy link. Let's try that again. Okay. Take a picture of the screen again. Click, click. Swipe up to join in and watch me work on Chapter 5. Page 5. Okay. And let's just make sure this does not lock. Swipe up. Okay, there we go. New link. New stream. Because evidently the first one did not want to work properly. There we go. Perfect. Okay. And here we are. Friends. Howdy. Let's get the chat open so I can get involved in the chat. Hello. All right, so I'm going to be working on this page, page 5, chapter 5. Hey, Nash. I'm going to be working on this page today, page 5, chapter 5. I have my layout already done, because I've already done the layouts for all of the pages of this chapter. And I also already have my little palette here ready to go for when I get to the point where I am shading and coloring this doozy. So, just going to start with this top panel, which is, this is an establishing shot to show where, obviously this is going to be IRIAMU and SOUXIANA. So this is going to be an establishing shot to show what's going on here. So just going to reduce the brightness on that guy, or the opacity, and get to work. Got my custom pen, a couple of little settings done up there. Yeah. All right, let's get this show on the road. What do you say? This will be my first time live streaming my work on this iPad, so I apologize for the delay on the start of the stream. I was just still getting used to this whole setup, but yeah. All right, let's go. So these are supposed to be mountains. some sort of rocky planet. So I'm just gonna kind of wing it and get some rough and basic sketching going on here. So, heyo, Nash. Who are you, Nash? I see that you're in the chat there. You said hello. Who are you? And I wish I could play some music, but you know, copyrights and stuff, and YouTube is very stingy on that sort of stuff. So what I like to do is you might have seen oh no, I guess you can't really see the way that my pen moves. I'm from Insta Nash Arts. Oh, hi. But I'm like super inactive. That's okay. No worries, man. Got four viewers here, so maybe one of the other ones will chime in and get some dialogue going. And you guys can have a nice little chat in the chat there. But yeah, I like to, so with these lines, them on the outside, like that, on the outside of the panel. So that way I can just kind of easily fill them in later. But yeah, I'll show you when it gets here. Although I imagine most of you did not tune in to watch me draw rocks. Hey, Sin. What's up, man? Can you guys hear me okay? I'm just using the iPad built-in microphone, so I'm not really sure how well it works in terms of streaming. And I don't know what kind of feedback I'm getting on the pen here. If I'm getting a feedback at all. You can be perfectly fine, not much, and yeah, I can hear you. Sweet, perfect. Good. Thank you. Thanks for the quick response on that one. This stream is a lot more fluid than when I'm playing on the PlayStation, so that's kind of nice. So yeah, Sin, you just got here. I'm just working on this background here for this top panel. It's going to be an establishing shot of sorts to show where IRIAMU and SOUXIANA have ended up. And again, this is page 5 of chapter 5, so you guys can look forward to seeing them as early as page 5 in the next chapter. I know we kind of left off last chapter with a little uncertainty in terms of how Karido is faring. He obviously woke up in the... Thanks, Sin. I'm glad you look forward to it. But yeah, as you guys know, the last chapter left off with Karido waking up with Gohan and Bulma, supposedly in some sort of a hospital-like room. So, you know, as it's going to be established in the first couple pages. Tim, hop on Insta. Oh, well, thank you, man. I appreciate that you like what you've been reading so far. Hopefully this next chapter is just as satisfying. It's more story-based than the last couple chapters, which have been a lot more action-y. Looking forward to the possibility of Karido meeting Coolie. That will happen. Coolie is a part of Dragon Ball 13. He will be a part of it anyway. Not in the immediate future, but it is going to happen down the line. So it will be a thing that happens. We have big plans. Frosty and I have spent a long time talking about Coolie and Karido's interactions and what they mean to each other's stories, so you can bet that it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to be a pretty epic crossover, I think, when we get to it. But this is mostly going to be Karido's story for the time being. For those of you who do not know, I am planning 4 arcs of Dragon Ball 13, so 4 main story arcs that take place in the world of Dragon Ball 13. The first one is the one that I'm working on now, obviously, chronological order and all. And the first one is going to be mostly focusing on Karido and SOUXIANA and IRIAMU and their relationships with each other. The future arcs will hold other ventures, you could say. So, got some basic rocky looking stuff going on here in this panel. And again, I'll just kind of show you. Let's get a new layer. What I've done is these sections here, if you can see that, same with up here, and here, and here. I've actually connected them outside of the panel, and like that, and around. So I can do this. I'll show you. So now that I have those connected, let's move that up. I can then use the magic wand tool over here to the left, and voila! You can see that stuff is all selected there. Go to the layer under it, and if I were to leave it red, you would see it is red. Obviously, I'm not going to leave it red. I'm just going to put it white for now. By the way, what did you think of the Boreal and Kaido's outfit colors for Frosty Challenge? I liked it. I don't actually specifically remember it, but I am sure that I reacted to it at the time and responded to it at the time. I've got like kids and stuff. I don't get the chance to really remember a lot of stuff that happens, but I'll be sure to check it out after the stream so I can get another good look at it. I still got to work on my entry for Frosty's challenge, the color challenge. I started working on it, but I've been busy with, well, there's commissions and stuff to do, and then now I'm working on this. Sorry for the yawns, it's been a long day. So I'm going to get some stalactites, is that what they're called, or stalagmites? I don't know, you know, like the tall mountain things in the background here. Honestly, I just kind of scribble this stuff in. I don't spend nearly as much time on my backgrounds as I really should, at least for the manga. I know it's like very important and stuff for scene building, but I don't commit a lot of time to it. I put a lot more work into their expressions and emotions and stuff. But gotta do what we gotta do. So we got some rocky formations in the background here. They still come out well, though. Thank you. Thank you. Sorry, I got a weird raspy voice there for a second. They still come out well. I appreciate the compliment and the support. Thank you very much. Alright, so I've done the same thing with these guys. So underneath, I also still filled them in, as you can see. So little tricky of the trade here. I can then invert the selection and bada! Now they're full. Okay. And the reason why I do that is so I can use this manga gradient tool here. And I can, boom! Just like that. Now you can see in the original layout there's obviously a flash. So I'm going to, above that layer, add a little, where is it? There it is. No, that's not it. This is it. Right here. There we go. A little burst. A little bursty burst. And boom. Let's get a couple of, oh. Let's get a couple of those in there. There we go. Now let's get rid of that back layer. And pull up our palette for our color tones. So we need a good tone for the background there to go under all that. Thank you. And actually what I'm going to do, I don't like how solid those are, so I'm actually going to create a new layer and then select these ones and merge them. This is Clip Studio EX, so it's a slightly different version than Clip Studio Paint, but has some of the same features. But I like it. I've grown quite accustomed to it. So now I'm just going to blend those out a little bit. All right. So that's the main, that guy. So let's do, oops. Let's get a paintbrush in there. Running edge sounds good. Actually, no, because it's the manga. Let's get a colored pencil. Get that going on in there too. So presumably this is SOUXIANA's energy. So I'm also going to add her trademark sparklies. Let me just get the sparkly effect there. Reduce the particle size and trademark sparklies. That's too big. There we go. Trademark sparklies, and for simpleness, let's just go with a very easy crack-a-doodle-doo lightning. Just for the sake of keeping it simple. Alright, so this is somewhere in space. Krydo getting friend zone was too much. Oh, you think that's bad? He's got plenty more where that came from. Alright, so let's get these rocky things. Where the frick? There it is. Heyo! Ryo Kaji! What's up, man? Alright, let's get these stalaggy things. That tone. And let's get the rocks behind them. Their own tone. This tone here, is this the same tone? Slightly darker, perfect. Okay, so we got those tones. Hey, ogre. Ogre! I don't know who you are, but ogre! Alright, and let's get one of these shading things going on here. So these are rocks, so I'm going to shade them with colored pencil using my handy dandy this tone, gray tone here, as you can see, the lightest gray tone on my palette. So I got my pencil, my colored pencil. Let's set that to linear burn and reduce the size of the pencil. There we go. Boom, look at that. If you can look at the one on the left there, you can see we got some shading going on. And now we're over on the right, doing some shading over here. And I want 2 layers of shading for this, so I'm going to change the pencil to this woody pencil for the second layer. Still set to linear burn. The woody pencil is going to let me be a little more dark and precise than the colored pencil was. Now you might be thinking, James, that woody pencil looks very woody and very sharp. How are you going to make it not look so woody and sharp? And you would be surprised, because once I am done doing my basic laydowns of the shading, I'm just going to simply go to the fingertip here and do some, oh no, wrong one, the blend here, that's it. and do some simple little blending. Look at that. It almost looks like I know what I'm doing. Honestly, I'm just fucking winging this. It's usually how it works. Oh yes, don't forget to save. Good idea. I am terrible for that. Thank you, Sin. Alright, those are okay. I'm going to add one layer of shine to it. Just a little glow. But don't worry, you might be thinking, James, the glow is too bright. It's so bright. But again, little bit of blending there. Look at that. Alright. So there's that first rocky formation. Oops, I missed a blend. Right here. Missed that. Okay, there's that first rocky formation. Let's get those stalaggy thingies. Stalactors. Let's get those things nice and shaded. Now, I'm going to use the same trick, but this time I'm going to skip the colored pencil and go straight to Woody. Good old Woodwood. Do some simple blending there. Blendy, blendy, blend. Let's go on a new layer. Set to linear. Dip-a-da, dip-a-da. Simple blendy blend. Okay. That'll do. What do you think? That's okay for that panel, yeah? Forgetting to save is the worst. Lost like 50 drawings through that. Yes! I have forgotten to save time and time again, and it is literally the worst. It literally makes me so sad. Okay. Now let's move on to this other panel down here. Okay. We're going to increase the pencil size here. Thank you, Sin. Oh yes, if Krydo ever meets Boreal, you gotta either throw in a short or ice pun. Maybe a short ice pun. Like what's another word for ice? You know, honestly, I can't think of any other words for ice right now. And I apologize if you hear a baby in the background. My daughter is. Well, my wife is having a hard time getting my daughter to sleep. I don't blame her. My daughter's been teething, which is just a nightmare. Don't know if any of you guys have kids, but kids are a nightmare. Okay, here we go. This is going to be IRIAMU's arm and hand, as you can see. So, let's start with the fingertips. Where is Frosty, anyway? The guy's got to join into one of these eventually. Little brothers. Little brothers are not worse than kids. Interesting in facts. You guys get to see the secret to how I draw hands, which is basically I have no fucking idea what I'm doing. It'll work or it won't. Is it weird for you guys to watch this? Because I don't I don't have a method to my madness. I literally just wing everything that I do. I don't like that. Let's Yeah, the layout sketches are very rough. If anyone has ever commissioned me before, they know that my layout sketches are very rough. Sin, I've done some commissions for you, so you've seen some of my general layouts before this. Yes, no, I have no method. It is just winging it every step of the way. And thank you, Sin. I'm glad that you like my auras. It's too bad I don't really get to explore them too much with the manga, because it's all black and white and whatnot, but... maybe I'll do a live stream another time where I'm working on just another picture of some sort. One that isn't, like this. A manga. Alright, so we have a general hand and forearm here. But this is IRIAMU's hand, so we gotta get some, hardcore vein action going on in here. There we go, that looks fine. That looks okay. That's not bad. I can live with that. Okay, let's get the other part of his arm going on up here. And elbow. Boom, boom, ba-doom. Shady, shady, shady. And I connected this area again with this area here, but on the outside. What if you did a live stream teaching us all your secrets? I mean, this is kind of teaching some secrets, is it not? Right? This is kind of teachy. Are you guys learning anything watching this? Alright, so this is going to be the fun part, because he's actually got his other hand up here grabbing onto this wrist guard thingy, so I got to figure out how to get his other hand in there, which honestly I have no fucking idea. So, gonna just wing it again. Woo! Okay. Okay, let's start with his fingertip, I guess. I'm learning that to draw a finger is to draw broken fingers first. Sure, yeah. I mean, if that's the lesson you take away from this, if it works, it works. I don't know. You know what actually might work better? Rather than... where's that eraser? There it is. What might work better is starting with his thumb under this part. Sadly, man, my phone's about to die, so I have to leave it to charge. I'll join in on the next stream. Sure, man, no problem. Glad you tuned in, and hope you enjoyed the bit that you watched. And keep an eye out for more updates on my stories, for updates on next streams and whatnot. God, this hand looks fucking terrible. What's going on? I don't like that at all. I'm going to get rid of my layout sketch. I'm just going to literally wing this. Okay, so if he's pulling up, he would have his hands closed. Sorry, I'm just looking at my own hands to see how this would work. So he would have his hands closed and his palm kind of... he would have his palm kind of on the white part here. So he's got to have his... okay. I got it. Got it. I'm also drawing on a different surface than I'm used to, because I didn't want the thing to move around so much. The iPad. Okay. This doesn't make anatomical sense. Ugh! 20 years of drawing experience and I still struggle with hands. I still struggle with drawing crazy hands. Why did I even plan this sketch this way? I am the worst. I set myself up for failure. Okay. I will do this. This will happen. Okay. I can work with this. So start by shading that in. Okay. So he's got his thumb up over here. His hand down here. Get some veins going on. Okay. Okay. This isn't terrible. It's not perfect, but for a single panel in the manga, it will work. The thumb has to be moved up a little bit. And scaled down a little bit too. Let's move that there. And correct this little... Okay. Okay. You know, that's not terrible. Okay. We can live with that. Okay. 20 years of drawing experience, all thrown into still not knowing how to draw fucking hands. Thank you. Okay. That'll work. That'll do. That'll work. That'll do, donkey. Or actually, sorry, that'll do, oh god. Sure, man. Thanks for tuning in, Nash. Catch you on the flip side, dude. Alright, so we got IRIAMU's hand, the master of hands. Thank you. I appreciate the vote of confidence. Alright, we got the hands there. So let's get what's going on in the background here. So if that's his hands, then this needs to be his belt thing. Which means that's got to be shaded in like this. Okay. And then this is his like crotch and junk and stuff. Okay. So IRIAMU's new outfit has different shading to it than the old one did. His pants are gray, I think. Let me look at my reference sheets for my characters, because I forget how to draw my own characters, apparently. Doo-doo-boo-ba-doo-boo. Why do I forget how to draw my own characters? Okay, he's got red pants now. He had gray pants, now he is rocking the red pants. So, since he is rocking the red pants, he's going to get this mid-gray tone for his jeans. They aren't jeans, they're kind of more like track pants, I guess. More like gi pants. So he's going to get the mid-gray tone for the pants there. Shibidi-bop-ba. Mid-gray tone for the pants. Erase the stuff that I drew out of the lines. Okay. And just going to outline the areas that are going to be colored with this. And then with any luck, if I have any luck remaining after drawing these hands. Who knows if I have luck remaining after drawing these fucking hands. With any luck, boom, Philly Philly. And then his crest thing is the darkest tone. So that will go there. Okay. Okay. You know, it's not perfect, but it works. It works. Yeah, it'll do. Let's do the white tone to fill it all in. Oops. Philly cheesesteaks. Okay, and clickety clickety. Let's get the light gray tone here, do the shading. So, next week, not perfect, he says, my pride is gone. So next week, I have another plan for a stream, but I will leave it up to you guys. Would you rather I stream fighters next week, so next Friday, or would you rather I stream more art stuff, more drawing stuff? What do you think? Fighters, I'll play as Ultra Instinct Goku and test all that out next week. Or play as, or do some more drawing stuff. Totally you guys' call. As my viewers and followers and people who watch this content, I will let you decide. Alright, it's already 9. So I'm going to get this one done as fast as possible and then move on to the 2 full bodies over here. So this is going to be just a quick... Just gonna do the crest shape. Ba-da-boom. So your vote is art stuff. Actually, maybe I'll make a poll on my Instagram later about next week's stream being art things or... Yeah, I'll do it that way. I'll do a poll on Instagram so we can get more opinion on it. Because I think you're the only person who's responding to this right now. Ryukaji. Yeah. Mind you, you've been... I think you watched last week's stream too, didn't you? I think. Okay, got the... Ryu is enough. And no, you were asleep. Oh, okay. Have you watched any of these streams before? I feel like I've seen your name in the chat before. All right. Good, 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 good. And since this one takes up the whole thing, I'm gonna grab a sip of my coffee. Cold coffee. Literally, I brewed this coffee like 8 hours ago. Oh, right. That's where. Okay. I wasn't 100% sure. That match was pretty close. I think I might have had it in the end there. I've never felt my iPad get this warm. I think it's because I'm using it for so much. Yeah, the battery life has gone down quite a bit since I started the stream, too. It's not usually this strained, I guess. That's okay. It's not that you're forgettable. That's not what I mean. I see a lot of names in a day. I recognized your name, I just wasn't 100% sure where from. I don't want you to think that you're a forgettable person. Honestly, the fact that I remembered your name at all is pretty miraculous. I'm terrible for remembering names. Somebody can tell me their name, and then literally within like a minute, I will forget it. And I will spend hours trying to not say their name. Because they'll be like, hi, my name is John Wick. And I will literally be like, hi, my name is James. And also, I forgot what your name is. I don't know why John Wick was the first name that came to mind. Okay. Got some pants going on down here. So, this is the full thing so far. Time to get into the fun bits over here. So, going to save, as Sin suggested. Make sure you save. Got a fur on my... How do I have fur on? I don't even have animals. Okay. Savey. I'm going to turn these layers off and get working on this big one here. So, gonna make this black line art. Here we go. And actually I'll reduce the size of that pen a bit. Okay. So I'm going to draw IRIAMU first, and then SOUXIANA in the background, and try to get this done in the next 15 minutes or so. All right. So I got to think of what kind of facial expression would they have. I think he would be smiling, because he's always smiling. He's a smiley fuck. So, let's start with... One thing you might note is I always start with the eyes and the eyebrows when I'm drawing, specifically the eyebrows when I'm drawing Dragon Ball characters. This pen is too large. I need to reduce the size here. Am I the only person who can't draw girls? No, I struggle with drawing girls all the time. Every time I try to draw a chick, I just imagine her looking at me and saying, James, draw me like one of your French girls. And then I realize I don't draw French girls specifically. And then I am lost. Alright, so we got some eyes going on here. IRIAMU and his guy liner. Got them thick eyelashes. right? To get some basic shading going on in there. Boo-ba-doo-ba-doo. Not going to have a big grin going on because he's not really doing much. Yes, got to get those thick. Got to get that thick eyes. Got the thick eyeliner. Thick as fuck. Okay, that's enough of that. My girlfriend and I, we have this running joke about IRIAMU and his manscaping habits. I won't get into the details of it, but because of her, every time I try to draw IRIAMU, all I can think about is his thick bush. That's terrible. I apologize. And get those ears drawn on. I always start with a slight widow's peak. Not quite Vegeta level, but definitely the widow's peaky. And then, let's get to the body. Actually do it on a different layer. There we go. Yeah, you guys might hear me refer to my girlfriend as my girlfriend and my wife sometimes. Oh, I should have him fight Goku and Vegeta, you say? Huh. I should have IRIAMU fight one of them. Shouldn't I? Perhaps even in this chapter, maybe. Should I? Huh. I'm terrible at insinuating. Hey, we got a couple of actual responders now. Heya. Yeah, maybe I should have IRIAMU fight one of them. I am neither confirming nor denying that idea. And I am definitely not saying that it's going to happen in this chapter. I am most certainly not saying that. I am also most certainly not saying that I will show you guys the layouts when I'm done this picture. Because you guys have tuned in. 100% not clickbait. But you guys have tuned in to the stream, so I think that when I am done this this page, this picture, I will show you guys the, not all the layouts, obviously, but I will show you guys a little preview of the layouts that I've got. Or would you guys rather see a preview of the layouts, or would you rather see a preview of the first 5 pages? Since the first 5 pages will be done after this one. But I think you guys deserve a little special something for tuning in, don't you? I'll let you guys decide amongst yourselves. First 5 pages. Okay. Got 2 votes for the first 5. Why? There we go. Is it working again? I think it's working again. Yeah, okay. It's working again. I don't know why it suddenly crashed. but it looks like it continued from where we were. So that's good at least. So we got 2 votes for the first 5 pages, right? What were the options? So the options were to either see first 5 pages, which are done after this page is done, or the general layouts from a distance. So I would just open up the folder where the layouts are and you guys can take a peeky. But the general consensus seems to be the first 5 pages so far. All right, first 5 chapters. Now that's a bit greedy. All right, time to figure out how to draw these legs. Okay. Wow, that's a bit much. I mean, technically, this will be the first 5 chapters after this chapter, so... I mean... That leg looks so wonky. Man, everyone's voting for the first 5 pages. Okay, I will show you guys the first 5 pages once this one's done. Now, I will just open them in Clip Studio, so rather than going to the folder, because, you know, folders and stuff. Let's get this leg a little more bent in the back here. See what that looks like without the sketch underneath. Yeah, that'll do. Let's get these arms in. I'm not going to have time to add the text into this page tonight, but I will get the line work done so you guys have a general idea what's going on. Slept for 14 hours. Lucky, man. Man, that'd be great. We don't get any of that in this household. I have drawn worse things and I have drawn better things than this. I'm honestly surprised this is going as well as it has been. I haven't slept for that long since I was, well, I guess probably since I was a teenager. No, I think the last time I slept for like 14 hours straight was probably, I just got off work. I'd worked like an 18-hour shift or something like that. I had just worked like an 18-hour shift. shoveling snow in a blizzard, which seems counterintuitive, but, you know, it's got to be done. And then I think I went home and slept for like, I think he's just got regular shoes. I forget. Just regular old sand boots here. What made me want to create my own story? Well, when I first started my Instagram account, it was never with the intention of doing any of this. Honestly, when I first started, God, this foot. I have a private Instagram account too, actually, which is just family photos and pictures and stuff like that, as well as old artwork. But when I first started this Instagram account, it was just with the intention of sharing exclusively my art. My son was going to be born soon. This was I created my Instagram account on March 1st of 2018, and my son was born March 9th, and I knew that when my son was born that my main Instagram account was going to end up being mostly family pictures, and I didn't want to get mixed up with that. And then, so I started this account, and upon starting this account, I came across people like Crimson. You guys know Crimson, who was doing his own manga, and I entered a challenge hosted by Dragon Ball Creative Minds. I'm pretty sure Crimson was one of the judges even, and I hosted a challenge. I participated in a challenge hosted by them, and created Karido and IRIAMU for said challenge, and then met Frosty, and we kind of just bounced ideas back and forth, talking about our characters and who they were and what their stories might be, and eventually it came to fruition, I guess. I have a lot of thanks to go towards inspirations like Frosty, who's, you know, we've talked a lot over the course of it, and obviously Crimson for laying the groundwork for doing Dragon Ball mangas like this. Yeah, honestly, I had spent so long just discussing and joking and talking about Karido's story and all that eventually it just became something that I felt that I needed to do. So, you know. No, I don't play Dragon Ball Legends, actually. I've downloaded it twice, actually. But I can't really get into it, honestly. It's the story feels really mundane to me. It's just another one of those main character forgets his memory, and you know, he's an angsty Saiyan guy. I don't know. I had a hard time getting into it, so I actually have not played it much. It's not on my phone anymore. But yeah, no, yeah, I don't know. I just spent so much time talking about my characters and planning out little things. I never really intended to make a story for them. And then, I don't know, the characters just became more lively and, you know, started having a voice where they were basically telling me, you know, you gotta do this. You gotta share our stories. And, here we are. So now I can merge all those layers together, and boom, IRIAMU. Why can't I? There we go. IRIAMU. All right, time to get SOUXIANA in here, and then call her a night. I'll show you guys the first 5 pages still. Legends can be really addicting just as you're drawing your own characters. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not really much of a cell phone game guy either. So I mean, like I don't think I have any other games. I have Pokemon Go downloaded on my phone, if that counts for anything. But I don't have any other games downloaded on my phone. I'm not really much of a phone gamer. I also wanted to create my own Dragon Ball story, but I decided to create something way different with the same tools as Dragon Ball, but with big different story. Yeah, I know what you mean. Actually, after Dragon Ball 13, I have plans to explore some of my other ideas, my other stories. Before I did this, before I had my Instagram account, I've written, I don't know, like 8 other stories. I've started like 8 other comics, just privately in my own pages and in my own booklets and sketchbooks and stuff. So probably what I'll do is, after Dragon Ball 13, whenever that is, probably years from now, I will start exploring those other stories more. I want to get you guys interested in the way that I write with characters who are familiar and, people like. And then see how that goes before I get into other stuff, if that makes sense. Funny thing, actually, IRIAMU and Karido are based off of 2 characters from another story of mine, whose names were William and Clyde. My friend is making a story, and I really don't like it because the start is where a human boy goes camping with his friends. He's 13, he finds the Dragon Balls and wishes to be a Saiyan. Like, what? So is it's obviously a Dragon Ball story, right? Like, I don't necessarily see anything wrong with that introduction, but it could definitely use some work. But it's not a bad starting point, not a bad jumping off point. Like, even the story of Karido and IRIAMU has evolved a lot. If you guys go through my YouTube channel later, you can actually find an old video, a little animation that I made of what used to be Karido's design. And he's fighting off against, he's about to start a fight with Goku and Vegeta. And it's some bullshit like Karido is like mumbling, or in his head, like whispering or whatever, or saying in his head or whatever. He's just like, "Show them why Zeno chose you." It's so cheesy. And obviously none of that pertains to his story now. The stories that we write about our characters, they evolve over time. Like just because you started off with something one way doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be true in any sense of the word later. But that's exactly it. You came up with your original ideas 2 years ago, and you've since, they've since grown and become more grounded and rooted in some sort of mythos and rule, So just because your friend currently is starting his story off with, he finds the Dragon Balls in the forest or whatever, doesn't necessarily mean that's going to be the final story, right? All right. Unfortunately, it is getting late. It is 9:30 now. So I am going to stop drawing for tonight. I did promise you guys I would show you the first 5 pages. So what I will do is I will zoom out here and find, let me just get this thing on the right there. Let's cut that, paste that. Get this stuff on the right layer here. Merge. Okay. Alright, I'm going to get these panels showing again. And I'll get rid of that. Alright, so obviously you guys can see on this page that an explosion happens and IRIAMU and SOUXIANA have shown up. I'll open up the first 5 pages for you. Let me just get this thing on the right. Page 3 and page 4. Alright, so we got page 1. Give you guys a chance to kind of read that. As we can see, it takes off right exactly where we left off last chapter. Hey, Bobby. As you can see, it kind of picks up right where we left off last chapter. Karido is at Capsule Corp in West City. Bulma's just kind of having a chat with him. Main building, Capsule Corp, West City. Main Capsule Corp's west of the city, west of Wet City. Haha, you're a funny guy. You can't be serious. Go off to page 2. What planet is this? Bulma, wait, you're from space. And then this is the story of how Gohan found Karido. So Gohan, where did you say you found him? Well, I was at a conference across the city when suddenly there was a bright flash of light. So I turned to see what it was, and there he was, just falling, half dead, right out of the sky. So of course I caught him and brought him here. That reminds me, the armor you had on when I found you was a lot like Saiyan armor. Well, that would be because I am a Saiyan. What? Really? He doesn't look like a normal Saiyan. Maybe he's another one of Vegeta's secret brothers. Who's Vegeta? Oh yeah, who's Vegeta? The Prince of all Saiyans. Prince? Like royalty? Well, that doesn't make any sense. The Saiyans haven't had royal family since... IRIAMU. Oh, my wounds. I just realized they've almost healed. Of course. We were out of senzu beans, but Bulma had her best doctors help you. Sorry, what's a senzu bean? Right. Okay, well, we both have some explaining to do, so why don't we start from what caused your injuries? Sure. So I guess I'll start with ... him. And then that leads us off to where we are here on page 5. And this is as far as I've managed to get so far. It's the 22nd. I only have until the end of the month to get this done. So, going to be grinding pretty hard. But I promised you guys for tuning in that I would show you those pages. Obviously, this is going to be released in the next week or whatever. You can screenshot it or do whatever you want to do. But, this is going to be put on my YouTube after this anyway. So anybody who watches the stream later is going to be able to see all this stuff anyway. So no biggie. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, this chapter is going to be mostly story-based. Not a lot of action. But the last 5 pages are definitely going to be quite a shift in tone compared to the first 15 pages of this chapter. So, look forward to that. I can tell you that this guy here is going to be quite an asshole in the future. So yeah, I'm going to end that stream here. I didn't quite finish this page, but it's getting on at 9:30, almost 10 o'clock, and I've got kids, and I got to get to sleep because, kids. So, thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions or whatever, feel free to send me a message on Instagram or whatever you would like, and I'll try to get back as soon as possible. So, yeah. Hope you enjoyed it. Hope you enjoyed the stream. Hope you liked this, and maybe next week, I'll put up a poll on my Instagram as well to decide what we stream next week, if we stream more art or if we stream Fighter Z or something like that. So, yeah. Alright, well, thanks for tuning in. Yeah. Have a good one. Hope you dig it. Bye.